Hey Internet, this is Chuck from Myth Engineering. I've just come out here to one of my favorite trails in the area. This is actually a trailhead's just off of our backyard, sort of about a block away. Normally I ride here, but it's far too cold. But I wanted to come out this way just to talk a little bit more about a meditation technique that I came up with. Probably not my own idea. I'm sure it's not an original one, but something that the big crane over there. Look at that. I came up with this meditation technique probably around 1988, 89 maybe. And you've used this in a number of different ways to not only to relax, but also to seek personal insight, also to seek other kinds of states of consciousness and to explore the subconscious. Do something that I call dream stating, where I put my brain into a dream state where I'm the edge of being awake, the edge of being asleep. Most of the time, it leads to some pretty interesting visions. Other times, they just fall asleep. It depends on how tired I am. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of keep the camera panning around so you can keep an eye on what's going on in the area. Maybe we'll see some more birds. I've seen a lot of deer out here. I've seen wolves, one coyote, not a wolf, a couple of foxes, a couple of turtles, a couple of bald eagles, as this trail is actually called Bald Eagle Trail. So the relaxation technique is it gains its originations, I guess, from my first experiences with being hypnotized in a commercial entertainment style hypnotic session. And basically it starts by having you sit down somewhere comfortable, quiet, somewhere where you can be at peace, and make sure that you're not in any discomfort. Try not to be interrupted, but if you're interrupted, that's kind of part of this technique, is to help battle the interruptions. So get yourself into a position where you're calm and relaxed, and then close your eyes and start by relaxing each muscle individually. Start at your toes. Consciously let all the energy go from your feet and your ankles. Let all the energy just dissipate so there's no strength. Feel your legs getting heavier, your knees, your thighs. Work your way up through your arms and shoulders. Let your neck relax. Let your hands and your arms completely relax. And consciously focus on each muscle group, slowly working your way up, letting each muscle relax and trying to let it fall into the sofa or wherever you're sitting. Let the relaxation just take over. But as you're doing this, as you're relaxing, you're going to imagine yourself in a room. And this room can be something that you're familiar with, or a place that you've never been before. But the room is going to be white. It's going to have white walls, white floors. And as you're sitting there in this room, you realize you have two special powers. The first special power you have is that you can exhale for a deep breath in, and as you exhale, fog will fill the room, so you can no longer see anything in the room. As you look across the room, you can see a number of doors, a number of black spots on the wall where interruptions and distractions can come in. And currently, you're by yourself. You're in the room, quiet. There's nothing on the floor, white everything, just some doors. But as you start to relax, distractions are going to start to come in. And when they do, you're going to take a deep breath and exhale. And as you do, the room will fill with more fog, and you'll be impossible to see the doors. It'll be impossible to see those distractions. It'll be so much fog, it'll just be impossible for them to see you. Sometimes, as you're relaxing, the distractions might get a little too close, and you might start seeing them, and you might even start being able to hear them talking to you. Hey, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. But you're going to get your second power, and your second power is that you can imagine white carpet, or white paint, or white paper is actually how I imagine it. You can roll out that covers the distractions completely. So just as the distractions are getting close, you roll the white paint over them and they disappear. You roll the paper over the distractions and the distractions disappear. Instantly gone. And they won't bother you again unless they come back out of the door. And if they do, deep breath in, fill the room with fog. If you're unable to fill the room with fog and the distractions get too close, just run over those distractions with your white roller or your roll of paper and just cover them up. As you start getting to a point where your muscles are relaxed and you've had to beat back the distractions a few times, you'll find that the distractions are becoming less and less able to sneak into your conscious thought. And eventually, you won't even have to fill the room with fog, and you won't have to try to run them over with your paint roller or cover them with the paper again. They'll just stop coming. And you'll start to fall into more of a trance state or a relaxation state. It's at this point where you'll find that you may slip into a slight dream state, or you may start seeing things that are like in a dream-like nature. The whole idea is to keep your conscious mind away from any possible forward thinking or distracting. So your internal monologue, your internal thoughts are trying to be kept as clean and as empty as possible, free of any kind of distractions. Once you're there, hopefully you'll start to see some visions, or you'll start to get into a new form of relaxation where your distractions can be held back or held at bay so that they won't bother you anymore. After you're there for a while, you'll probably find that you're in a state of relaxation and that you've been there long enough and you won't need to be there anymore. Sometimes you might find that you're jolted back quickly, kicked out of the dream state, as I call it. If that happens, it's just not the right day for it. Time to try again another day. But hopefully this is a helpful method of relaxing, starting by going through your muscles and using your secret powers in your white room to make it impossible for the distractions to reach you, to keep the distractions at bay long enough that you can slip into a state of relaxation and peace, and altered state perhaps will even come through. I hope you enjoy this. I hope this is helpful. This is Chuck from Death Engineering. Check out.